Alright, sorry about that. Apparently Google screwed up their Google Voice, and now when people call, even when I mute all my ringtones and everything, it still turns off my recordings. I don't know, it's kind of stupid. But anyways, I'm going to keep cleaning this up as good as I can. It looks like the corrosion isn't coming off anymore, so if this still doesn't work, then I guess there's nothing we can do about it. But it is a lot better. I guess if it doesn't work, we could always replace the charge ports if they have this part. So I'm going to scrub this all off as good as I can. It looks like most of it came off, so I think it should be okay. Okay, I guess this is part 2. I don't know if I should re-merge the video since it's such a long process, but this will probably be the reassembly video, I guess. Alright, come on, scrub that black stuff off here. Okay, so I don't know, this one pin looks burnt. I don't know if it's gonna work. Maybe one of the ports will still work. I did as good as I could. I'm gonna clean up all this stuff. Doesn't look like I need to do any additional drying for this. I'm just gonna dry it with the paper since it's all just single wires that's going through. There's nothing that water can kind of soak into. Okay, so here's the finished charge ports after cleaning. You can see there's like 2 specks of like dark spots, one on each port. Why isn't it focusing properly? Well, I mean, hopefully you can see that. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so there's like still some burnt spots on it, but it looks a lot better than before. So let's hope that that did the trick, and let's plug everything back in. So we're gonna put this cable back in here. Okay. Push that back in place. Okay, we got the T4 screwdriver, so I'm gonna put the fan back first. There's some dust in here. Let me clean that out. Oh, I forgot there was vinegar on there. Now I rubbed vinegar on the fan. Hopefully it won't blow vinegar smell everywhere. But, okay, let's clean that off. Okay, so let's put the fan back in place here. Just like this. Line up the screw holes. I don't think there's anything that really holds it in place. Okay, so we got the 2 T4 screws. We'll put those in first. I don't know why Apple did it this way, but yeah, they decided let's mess with people, I guess. Okay, so I just put them in loosely. I'm gonna use the T5 screwdriver now and put the other 2 screws in as well. Okay, I don't know if you saw, but the screw pulled the fan up a little bit, so that's why I wait until I got all the screws in. And then I also pull on the fan to push it as close as I can to this. Okay, just like this, and then I tighten them up. So just like that. Get the T4, and then we'll tighten these up as well now. And again, you don't want to tighten it too much, because if you do it too hard, you can actually damage the screw mounts. Okay. So, let's see, we got the T5s, let's put those back. Oh, I forgot to show the screws how I laid them out. Well, too late now, but this is how I put the screws. Oops, can you see? So these are the motherboard screws minus the T4 screws. All the T4 screws are over here with the brackets, and then these are the 2 from the motherboard, and then that's the other one from the motherboard. And then we got the 2 charge port screws here. But there you can see, got the battery screw up there, and then you got the cover screws there. So that's how I lay it out. Makes it a bit easier to remember where I got the screws from. Hopefully that method helps some of you guys. Alright, so let's put the phone back in. Oh man, the phone's gonna fall down. Okay, There we go. And now let's finish tightening everything back up. So we're going to put the screws back for the charge ports here. My cat might jump in my lap. I hope not, because this is a fragile process. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to hold this charge board to the outer casing and then tighten the screws. There we go. All right, and now the hard part is getting all these cables to stay on top as we put the motherboard or the logic board back in. So this is the part that I hate the most, and it's the most difficult. So, let me clean this off as well, because it does have some stuff there. I don't think it'll affect anything, but just to be safe, I'm going to clean it off just to be, make sure in the future it doesn't cause any future corrosion or damage. Okay, so I'm just using the wet cloth that has vinegar on it. That helps clean off the corrosion and stuff. Okay, just like that. So usually the vinegar is good for cleaning up corrosion. That's what you want to use it for, but then you want to kind of clean it off after that. You don't want to leave vinegar that's it's acidic and it can cause some problems. So I'm going to use a little rubbing alcohol and then wipe that off to make sure it's cleaned up. Kind of neutralize it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to just dry it up. Okay, it didn't really hold much liquid, so it's already dry. There we go. Okay, so let's put this thing back. So what we did, we have to do the same. Put this side in first, okay? You want to put the back in first. And make sure these cables all end up on top. There's a lot of cables, so the wireless antennas, those are tricky. And then these cables are all tricky. So get the wireless antennas in here. Again, this is the trickiest part. This is what I hate the most about working on these. And if you mess something up, you have to take it all back out. And, oh man, it's a major pain. Okay, so let's get all of these cables back on top. There we go. Hopefully they stay up there. Okay, let's tilt this back. Get this rubber one. Put that on top as well. Okay, I'm gonna keep this tilted up like this while we kind of pull all these cables on top in place. Okay, make sure the LCD cable is not getting trapped by anything. Right. And this is tricky. Come on, go in. Pull all these cables back. All right. Make sure the speaker cables end up on top. So first you want to make sure all these cables back here end up in. Sorry if my head's blocking the way because I need to see what I'm doing. Okay. That's all in place. Let me rotate it. Maybe that'll make it so I can see what I'm doing and not block the view. Okay, make sure this cable's on top. I'm going to use this little pick tool, though probably would be easier with my little tweezers. There we go. Make sure those cables are all on top. Make sure this charge port cable is on top. Push that back further. Okay, make sure you get the microphone cable on top as well. There we go. And make sure you get this fan cable on top. So this one's a little tricky. Actually, this isn't the fan cable. This is part of the, what do you call? I don't remember what this one was. Well, you can check it again in the video. I don't remember, but I'm just going to make sure it goes on top of the board. Why doesn't it want to go? Come on. There we go. This cable's a little tricky. You have to bend it weird. Oh man, come on, stay up. This cable, you kind of have to keep it curved. If my head's in the way, I'm sorry. But I can't help it. trying to see what I'm doing. Stay up there. There we go. And then pull the rest of it out. There we go. This cable keeps going back underneath. Stay out. Alright. That. Make sure these cables go in. Wait, what's this one? Oh, that's that one. Okay, I don't know what it's getting caught on, but it's something is getting caught on it. Uh-oh. Make sure the wireless antenna thing, it goes on top, just like that. Looks like it's in. Oh, that one cable keeps wanting to go back. Uh-oh, what happened? Why'd my thing stop being connected? Well, I'm gonna just do what I can. I can't see if my thing is recording anymore. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, because I don't want to do a part 3 here. Maybe I should do it anyways. Okay, pull that cable out of the way. Make sure all these cables are on top. That cable's there. I don't know why my phone keeps disconnecting from, or not my phone, but my screen keeps disconnecting. Let's get the battery cable back on top. This cable, I don't know why it keeps going underneath. It's so difficult to make it stay on top. Stay up there. I'm just gonna hold this cable and hopefully I can drop it down. There we go. For some reason it doesn't want to go down all the way. It must be caught on something, maybe some cable I missed. Let's see here. There's, oh, the fan cable under here. Oh man. See, this part is too way too difficult. I'm gonna hold it up with my chest and see if I can push it up from underneath here. See if I can reach that cable and pull it through. Okay. Alright, it looks like it's up all the way. I still don't know what's preventing the thing from going down. It's on top of something here. Okay, well, now it's on top of the keyboard cable and the speaker cable here. Keyboard cable needs to come back out. There we go. Okay. There, it dropped in place. So yeah, the hardest part is making sure everything is coming through. I'm going to zoom out because I'm going to just make sure it captures everything since I can't see my screen anymore. So hopefully, since you already saw me taking everything out, putting it all back in shouldn't be as difficult. I'm going to double check. Okay, so we did miss this fan cable, so I'm going to have to lift it back up and pull that through. Okay, let's lift this back up. Man, I don't know. Apple does, I hate this. Okay, let's push this one through as well. Come on, let's see here. How can I do this without being able to see what I'm doing? So I'm going to use this little stick tool and just push it through. Rotate it and push it through. There we go. Right, now we got to make sure the keyboard connector stays out, trackpad connector stays out, this speaker connector stays out. What else? What am I trapping again? This one's being weird again. That one's right. Okay. Oh man. Both of these fan connectors keep going back underneath. It's like, I don't know how you keep both of them up at the same time. Okay, that one's up. There we go. Okay, the other one's still out. Now let's drop it down. Keyboard connector, get out. There we go. Speaker connector, get out. My goodness. There we go. Okay, I think we got them all this time. Let's see. That one, this one, that one, those two. This, we got those 3 antennas. That, we got the small one as well. Okay, so now we're going to reconnect everything. It looks like everything is on top of the board. Speaker connector here, just like that. Put the latch back down. Again, I don't know what you're looking at. I hope you can see everything. I zoomed out quite a bit to make sure that, or to try and make sure that everything is in view. Let me make sure this cable's in properly. Okay. Oops. This latch is coming out. Go back in. Why is that latch crooked? There we go. Okay. Be careful with these latches. This one almost fell off, and then you wouldn't have had speaker on that. Okay, I'm going to put back some of these screws for the motherboard. I'll at least put back the T4 ones for the motherboard. So there was one in this corner here. Okay. And there was one up here. Is it even lined up right? I can't tell what I'm looking at. Okay. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. It's hard to see what I'm working on when I have the camera like that. Okay. So I'm going to line these screw holes up. So that one is lined up in the center. This one is lined up in the center. And then this last one can just be tightened down. Alright, so now let's tighten all the screws, or put in all these connectors to make sure we didn't miss anything. So, second speaker. If my head gets in the way, I apologize. I can't see what I'm recording anymore because my thing decided to turn itself off. Alright, fan connector number 1. This is the left fan connector, but since it's upside down, it's the right fan right now. Okay, I'm going to actually clean this because it's dusty. Let me get the vinegar off my toothbrush now. Actually, maybe I shouldn't because the toothbrush has vinegar on it. Okay, well, I got most of the vinegar off, so let's do that. Oh, that got a lot of the dust out. I'm going to use this to dry it off and get the rest of it out. There we go. Okay. Stick down the rubber piece back onto the fans. Okay, let's connect everything else. Trackpad connector. Blow the dust out, make sure. Alright, you got the keyboard connector here. Make sure you peel the adhesive is sticking to it. Make sure it's not sticking to the connector itself. Okay, keyboard connector. Push it down, get it into the slot. Come on. Go, and then once it's in the slot, use the black adhesive to pull it in. Push the tab down, tape it down. All right. Oops, let's rotate this so I can see better. All right, put in the other fan. All right. Put the latch down, put the tape over it. Plug in this connector, the keyboard backlight, I believe. Alright, push that down, put that back in place. Alright, then we got these two connectors, so the fingerprint sensor power button connector here. Let's get that over the top, line it up, push it down. Alright, audio jack, push it down. power ports, hopefully repaired. Line it up, push it down. All right. Let's see, we got this one, which I forgot what this cable's for, but let's plug it in. Oops. Come on. There we go. Latch that back down, put the adhesive in place, curve it over. All right. Microphone connector. Put that back in. Come on. There we go. Latch that back down. This connector for the whatchamacallit, for the touch bar. Push that down. Alright, this other USB-C power connectors, get those in. Other part of the touch bar, plug that in. Alright, this connector, which I don't know what it's for, probably the eyesight camera. Plug that back in. The LCD, or yeah, the screen cable. You might have to pull it back slightly when you plug it in. Come on. Man, this connector is kind of tricky to plug back in. There we go. You want to be very careful with this. You don't want to damage that connector. This is one of the most expensive parts to replace. All right, wireless antennas. Just line them up. I rub it with my nail to make sure that it's in place. If it doesn't move around, then I know it's good. Okay. Why doesn't this one want to go in? Come on. Hey, is this one bent? Looks okay. What's going on? Other side looks okay. Okay. I don't know why, but this antenna is not going in. There we go. Right, last antenna. I can't see. That flap gets in the way. There we go. All three antennas are in. Put the flap back down. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Battery one you don't want to do until everything is completely finished. Okay, looks like all the stuff is connected. I don't see any exposed connectors that haven't been used. So now we'll put back all the screws. So let's go with the T5, or actually let's do the T8 screws first. So the two T8 screws, well, one is here. All right, and the other one's up here. All right, tighten those up. Done with the T8 screwdriver. Okay. All right, now let's switch back to the T5, and we're gonna get all the T5 screws in. So we got this one out here. Hopefully you're seeing everything I'm working on, because I don't know what I'm recording at this point. Another T5 up here. Right, we got the T5 for the antennas. That one right there. Right, got the T5 down here. Alright, the other T5 up here. Other T5 down here. Okay, and the last T5 up here. All right, now let's do all the little brackets with the T4 screwdriver. Okay, make sure everything is in place. I think everything is good. Okay, so we're gonna put the bracket for the trackpad first. Okay, so usually with these, I'll put them loosely first so that way I can rotate it like this, okay, to get it lined up properly. And then once I get both of them in, then I can line it up, hold it down, and then tighten it completely. Okay, just like that. All right, now let's see. What are we? Okay, we got this little bracket here. Put that screw in loosely. Grab the other screw. Line it up. Tighten it down. Okay. Just like that. Okay. First bracket for the charge port connectors. Oops, I flipped it over. Alright, line it up. Put it loosely. Get the other one. Line it up as well. Also put that loosely. Right, tighten up the second one completely and then tighten up this one. There we go. Then this special bracket that goes in at an angle. Put it in at the angle like that. Make sure it gets hooked on. There we go. Put that screw over. Okay. And then tighten this one up. There we go. Get the second screw. Alright, this one, since it had a latch, I already tightened the first screw down. Alright, make sure it's good. There we go. Right, the other bracket for this charge port. Right, other screw. Okay, got that. Headphone jack and power button connector. Alright. The screw in the top here actually goes into the other screw. So without that screw, you won't be able to put this one in. Keep that in mind. Alright, let's move that, rotate it. There we go. Okay, hinge bracket covers. Put them in at an angle like that. Oh, what is it? It's hitting this rubber piece for some reason. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's put back in the one screw. Grab the second screw. And tighten that one as well. These ones you don't want to tighten too tight. I've seen some people over tighten these and it cracks these plastic brackets. So just kind of tighten it until you feel it stops and then just barely twist it a little more. Okay. This one as well. Okay. There we go. Got all those screws tightened in. Last two things, the, what do you call, the ones for the LCD or LVDS connector. Alright, these screws are really long for this one piece that holds down that bent bracket here, so. Okay, make sure it's held in place while you tighten down the screw. Alright, tighten down the other side all the way. There we go. Alright, last two for the cover. Okay. And then we can reconnect the battery and make sure everything turns on. Tighten that up, tighten this one up. Alright, make sure they're good. Alright, now last thing to put back that T5 screw. Okay, for the battery here. Put back this T5 screw for the battery. Whoa, whoa. Okay, stay there. Why is it not staying on? There we go. Put back that last T5 screw for the battery. You undo it first. There we go. Alright, that's all the way in. Reconnect this little connector for the battery as well. There we go. And then put the latch down. Alright, just like that. Grab the little battery control board cover, put that back in place. There we go. And we're pretty much done. This cover I'm going to put on loosely just to turn it on first, make sure everything works. Okay, but you do have to slide it back on the way we took it out. But for now, I'm just going to test it. So this is the charge ports that were having problems before. Let's plug it in. Oops. Too much stuff all over my desk. All right, let's plug this in. See if the Apple comes on. It's clicking, so I think that's good. The Apple should be coming on soon. Okay, you heard the boot sound. There's the Apple. So it did detect that I plugged it in. That's good. So I'm going to wait till it boots up, and then I'm going to check the charging cable. Okay, so right now, let's try plugging in the bottom one. It's charging. Let's plug in the top one. It's charging. Let's flip over the connector. Try it again. It's charging. Let's try this one. Uh-oh. I guess the back one's still bad. Let me try again. Okay, it's working. It's working. It's good. I think I switched it too fast and it got confused. Yeah, it's working. Yep. All right, we're good to go. I'm going to try flip it one more time. Flip it one more time and try again. Yep. All right, and let's go to the other side. Do the same thing. That's working. Oops, did I do it too fast again? Okay, that's working. Let's flip it over. Do the same thing. And last one. All right, we're good to go. So now I'll show you how to put the cover back on. Let's shut this down. Okay, so the cover, basically what you want to do, all right, you have it at an angle like this. All right, you want to line up the side, one of the sides, and then you just slide it back. Let's see here if this is gonna work. It's a little bit difficult with this wooden cover thing here because it's harder to see what I'm doing. Let me make sure everything is lined up right. This looks right. Is it too high or is that okay? All right, let's see. I hope I'm not gonna have to take it out again. Maybe I didn't put the thing in properly. Okay, there we go. Okay, now that's right. Slide that back. There we go. Same thing with this side. Hold it down and then push this cover. I don't know if you saw that, but I was pushing that. And there we go. Make sure both sides lined up. Check the back. It looks flush. And then push these sides. Clip. Push the middle. Clip. And there we go. Then you just put back all the pentalobe 1.2 screws. Okay, so let's put those back in. All right, pentalobe 1.2. Again, the longest ones are at the back. Okay, get that in. Okay, his keyboard was also having some problems, but I think it's good after I pressed it a lot and got it to loosen up. Right, so get those two screws in, and then on the bottom there's 4 screws. The one right here is a shorter screw, so keep that in mind. The third screw right here is shorter. All right, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully this video helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe because that'll help others find this video. It'll also help me, and thank you for watching. If you missed the disassembly video, make sure to watch part 1 of this. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.